To infer is to do something with your mind. It's to think or reason as an activity. It's to go from one idea to another idea.
This is a tangent. Thinking is an activity, and activities take time. Thinking is an activity that involves doing something in your mind, with your mind, when you mind. So when someone says, oh, never mind, it means don't think about it.
So there's something you say, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck you're really trying to say. So I ask all these questions, and you're like, never mind. That tells me, stop trying to figure out all the things that I could have possibly meant. Just stop thinking about it. Don't make inferences. Don't let what I said take you somewhere else. Let's just stop.
Thinking is an activity. It's something you do with your mind. And activities take time.
The things you do, you can do better or worse. You can get better at stuff. Think of basketball. Think of someone super famous for playing basketball. Think of Shaquille O'Neal. He could still get better at free throws. We can all still get better, even if we're experts at something. Thinking, analogously, is something that you do. It's something you can get better at. It's something somebody could be better at doing than you. Because an inference is a kind of action, you can be better or worse at inferring. You can make bad inferences.
Let's have an example.
I have to take a philosophy class, and I don't know who I should take, and I know you took one, so should I take that, teacher? And you say back to me, well, if you got an A, or if you get an A, then you had perfect attendance. That's all you say. Let's just go based on that information, that if you get an A in that class, then you had perfect attendance. Now, thinking about this, thinking about what you said, we see that there is, in this class we're talking about, a link, a necessary link between getting an A and having perfect attendance. It sounds like having perfect attendance is necessary for getting an A, because if you get an A, then you had perfect attendance. So it sounds like perfect attendance is required for getting an A. Now, you tell me that, and one conclusion I can draw, one inference I can make is, damn, sounds like she hates student athletes. So you said this, and after I thought about it for a second, I responded with that. What just happened in my head? Let's take the thoughts out of my brain and see how I inferred from what you said to what I said back. Well, I heard and understood you. So the first thing I thought is, oh, it makes attendance required for a good grade. But some students, they're set up to miss class. So her policy puts those students at a disadvantage. Student athletes are going to miss class, so they can't get perfect attendance. So by her policy, those people, student athletes, are put at a disadvantage. Her policy makes it the fact that it's going to be so hard for them to get an A. What, she hates student athletes or something? So we see how we can break down all the thoughts in my head where I filled in all the missing gaps to go from one idea to another idea. I saw that it was going to rain, and then I inferred that I should take an umbrella. You told me that getting an A requires perfect attendance, and I inferred that the teacher must hate student athletes. I could be thinking about these things all wrong. Two different people with the same exact information might make two different inferences, and it won't be clear which one is right, which one's wrong. So here's our last example, and it'll bring that out. Let's say that you know that on Monday, Jack and Jill broke up. Then, on Wednesday, you hear somebody say that Jack and Jill went up the hill holding hands. Okay, so now you have two bits of information. What are you going to do with that information? What conclusions are you going to draw? What inferences are you going to make? Here's one inference that you could make. You could deny the information you heard from Wednesday by saying, no, that must have been other people. I know that they broke up on Monday, so they didn't go up a hill walking, holding hands all like 2 days after they broke up. So you might deny the new information that you got. But another inference you can make is that, oh, they must have gotten back together. So we have two different inferences we can make, and we can't make both of them. Accepting that the person's wrong about what they think they saw means not being able to accept that they're back together. And then accepting that they're back together means not accepting that the other person is wrong. So you have to make a decision here. You can't go both ways. Now, if you're one person of two minds, you might think, well, I could think this and I could think that. I have to pick one. And if you are very sure about yourself, you might think absolutely one, absolutely not the other. But then somebody else who's absolutely sure of themselves might think absolutely the one you think is false is true. And then you're both arguing about what's the best explanation because you're making different inferences and it's not clear which of you is correct. You might both be wrong. There might be a third option.